Quick clap. See you later, suckers.
Such incredible style and features at such great value.
Go.
It's gonna feel like you stole it.
They'll never take us alive. Never.
And it's fun to pretend you did. Suzuki.
Services, helping your animals, farms and people to thrive at thriveagriservices.com.au.
Part of the Ace Radio Network, 88.9 and 93.7 Mix FM.
17 degrees in Melbourne, showers tomorrow, a top of 15. It's 5 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Tony Tardio. A number of business groups have welcomed the passage of Labor's climate policy through the lower house. Says the policy will stall new coal and gas projects, and that could lead to job losses. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says that is not the case.
He should see what the business community is saying about them in private. He should have a chat. Have a chat to the National Farmers Federation, or the Australian Industry Group about manufacturing, or the Australian Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
Central Pier in Docklands is set for demolition because it's continued to deteriorate, causing an ongoing safety risk. Heidi Murphy.
It's been nearly 3 years to the day since diners were suddenly rushed out of the place when it was urgently declared unsafe, too unsafe to be there. The pier's been blocked off ever since, the traders in limbo. Demolition started on the western part of the pier in recent months. That work is now done, and so the government has made this decision this afternoon, released via media release, announcing their decision to demolish the entire rest of the pier. As long as Heritage Victoria gives that plan the tick, it is too unsafe to be ever saved. The heritage permit process is expected to take a couple of months. The government will use that time to come up with a plan for the space.
The Andrews government denies having double standards in demanding answers over the Liberals' donor scandal. Opposition leader Matthew Guy has refused to answer questions about his involvement because he says he doesn't want to compromise a potential investigation. Minister Danny Pearson denies the government has set that standard, with the Premier and government MPs routinely refusing to comment on anti-corruption investigations involving the Labor Party.
I disagree with that. I think that what we're seeing here is because Matthew Guy has not been forthcoming, he's not been transparent, he's not been open about what's happened. We don't know what's occurred, and that therefore leads to a whole series of questions. Victorians have a right to know.
Another 9 Victorians with COVID have died, taking the number of related deaths across the state so far this year to 3,078. The latest victims aged in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s. Almost 500,000 doses of monkeypox vaccine have been secured by the federal government. The virus is spread by intimate contact. 58 cases so far detected in Australia. Boxing legend Johnny Famechon is being remembered as an icon and inspiration following his death at the age of 77. Known as Poetry in Motion, he became a world featherweight champion in 1969 and was inducted into the World Boxing Hall of Fame in 1997. Good friend Barry Michael says he was an all-time great.
I always looked up to him because he was a defensive genius, and that was the Poetry in Motion status that came out of that, because he was just such a brilliant defensive fighter, and it was the art of boxing, hit and not be hit. His knockout record wasn't huge. That's because he fought top quality opponents and beat so many great fighters.
In finance news, the share market up 4 points, the dollar buying 69.56 US cents.
Sam Groves knows the Hamilton property market. Call Sam at Groves Real Estate.
The Western Bulldogs are chasing consistency against Fremantle on Saturday night. Coach Luke Beveridge says there have been positive signs.
The platform off the Melbourne game seemed like a really strong one, but then you get a pretty significant wake-up call down in Geelong, so it's definitely not back to the drawing board, but it's, more consistency in the things that we do well.
Sam Darcy will debut for the Dogs. Interim Giants coach Mark McVeigh has no regrets pressed for his comments after the weekend's loss to Sydney. He questioned whether some players have checked out. McVeigh says he's had positive feedback ahead of Saturday's clash with Essendon.
Absolutely, I stand by my comments, and I think from off the back of it, I've had some amazing feedback from the players and had some really good conversations. So it's been a fantastic week, to be honest.
It's 5:05. That's the latest in news and sport.
If you have an unwanted tree that needs removing or trees that are encroaching on fence lines, Barco can sort it out. They're your local accredited professional team and one-stop shop for tree lopping and traffic management.
The next time you try a McCafe coffee, you'll be enjoying the delicious taste of Australia's most popular barista-made coffee. Just one of many reasons to try McCafe.
It's hard to believe that some people buy beds out of town. Makes you wonder if they've ever been to Beds. And if they know how good the staff are and the time they spend making their customers happy, shopping elsewhere is a bit silly, really. Beds of Portland. Mix FM's Business of the Month.
Mix FM, your official emergency broadcaster.
So if you're hitting the open road on your next outdoor
Mix
adventure,
FM
or
weather.
simply taking pride in a job well done,
Grampians Livestock
there's
and Real
only one
Estate,
place to
property
go.
consultant for Portland and
Battery
surrounds.
There's a gale wind warning still present for the west coast with partly cloudy conditions, high chance of showers, maybe even a thunderstorm throughout the evening, and an overnight low of 8 degrees. Tomorrow, cloudy with the very high chance of showers. Saturday, cloudy, very high chance of showers as well with a top of 13. Sunday, partly cloudy, medium chance of showers, light winds and 13. Hamilton tomorrow is set to reach a top of 13 degrees for Portland and the coast, 13.
Harvey Norman Hamilton, your kitchen appliance specialist.
Right now, it's 15 degrees.